The book deals with what happened to those people after several years, some things you'd expect, some things that you didn't. What had been a high water point in some ways in terms of the promise became, in the aftermath, lost in the bureaucratic ability to get the money done, to get the actual resources committed, and that fight actually still goes on. The organization just won the commitment to build a high school in the lower Ninth Ward and to actually finance the street rebuilding that had been funded, but the city had tried to reappropriate to non-flooded neighborhoods. And that's, once again, that lesson is still there. Without constant organizational pressure, it's not a campaign that started, ended, you know, put the bumper sticker on, it's over. I mean, it's really persistence that wins campaigns. It's constant vigilance of deeply committed grassroots members who are unstaffed, whatever, willing to show up at all those meetings, be in people's face. The woman on the cover is Vanessa Geringer, and this is actually a picture of her yelling at the mayor at that time. Vanessa, you know, kids me when I see her about well, you know, I'm tired today. I was up until 3 in the morning sending, you know, threatening emails to city council people. I mean, she has gone through the budget documents and has an argument for where every dime may have been reallocated from, you know, what should have been going to the Ninth Ward to some other area. And there's, frankly, nobody, no professional organizer would ever spend that kind of time doing that. I mean, nobody has that time. There's no volunteer army. I mean, you have to have, you know, that kind of deep and abiding commitment to do it, and luckily she does. And to have her as not only an activist but a leader of the organizational forces is really some of the, you know, the special things about what made the organization so vibrant. And it doesn't affect Madison, but it's sort of interesting how many communities face these same kind of challenges between the sort of planners gone wild and the opportunity of construction firms to have a chance to rebuild things on a brand new map, thinking there's no history and there's no interest in return. And there turn out to be a lot of lessons for any community that faces disaster. Joplin, Missouri, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, what we've seen in Springfield, Massachusetts after their small tornado. And so that's an appendix as well. So this book was actually fun to write in that sense. It was, you could celebrate people's ability to struggle and their resilience in the face of just unparalleled disaster that really proved that neoliberalism doesn't work. I mean, if there's a single case study for how the withdrawal of government support and the lack of a productive democracy can devastate a community, it was the response. Once you've, you know, reduced all resources, the response to a public disaster like the floods that happened on the Corps of Engineers levees, you know, wrought on New Orleans, by anybody's, obviously I live there, but by anybody's admission, a very special place in this country with a separate cultural and robust history, and, you know, in every part of the American story. New Orleans should have been when the government also had an opportunity to rise to what its, you know, best and clearest interest was in responding to its people. And we saw that in ACORN. We didn't necessarily see it in the government. We should be able to have a government that can respond in that way.